This morning, we're talking about a grain elevator on fire in Hawley, Minnesota.
This is video taken from the scene this morning where you can see crews battling the raging flames.
That's where we find the Valley Today's Tatum Miller. She is live on scene. She has been updating us since 4:30 a.m. Tatum, what has changed and what have we learned so far?
Absolutely. So far we know that there were 17 different fire stations here helping out. We can now see that there's only about 4 or 5 units on scene right now. This fire was called in at 11:30 last night, so it was burning for roughly 7 hours. I've been taking a few laps around the building and there doesn't seem to be any open flames right now. I spoke with Hawley Police Department and they said firefighters were waiting for daybreak to see if there were any more burning embers to put out. We can see a few at the top there, but there is significant less smoke. Way less than this morning. I don't see any open flames, but they're still currently pouring water onto the scene. We do know that vehicles are still bringing in water from outside cities, and the city is still issuing a limited water usage to all residents around the area. As the sun is starting to come up behind me, we'll have a little bit more information, so I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Tatum Miller, Valley News Live.
Incredible coverage this morning, Tatum. Thank you for keeping us updated. Roughly 8 hours after we received the initial call. There's just a lot going on in that region, so thank you so much.
And a reminder to no school for Hawley Public School District today.
And you at home, to keep up with local breaking news and stories that matter to you and your family, download the VNL News app.
You can download and use it for free. Just search VNL News in the App Store today. There's been another string of armed robberies in Minneapolis. Yesterday morning, there were 4 robberies in the span of 18 minutes in the same area where dozens of other robberies occurred this month. Police say a carjacking took place in northeast Minneapolis, followed by an armed robbery 15 minutes later.
The police chief says it appears to be that same group of kids that they suspect were involved in the previous robbery spree, though no arrests have been made. Officials say they believe all of yesterday's victims were women.
According to MPD data, robberies have spiked by 40% citywide so far in 2024. In this particular area, the 5th precinct, robberies have increased nearly 127%. On the campaign trail, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley is keeping her word of staying in the race despite a 20-point primary loss to former President Donald Trump in her home state on Saturday.
Today, Haley campaigns in Michigan for the 2nd day in a row, but multiple polls show that Trump has a substantial lead heading into tomorrow's primary there. As Naomi Ruckham reports this morning, President Biden also facing backlash from some Michigan voters.
2024 presidential hopeful Nikki Haley was already back on the campaign trail in Michigan, a day after former President Donald Trump claimed victory in her home state of South Carolina.
You can't have a candidate who's going to win a primary who can't win a general.
Haley will rally again today in the Great Lakes state ahead of tomorrow's primary. Afterwards, she plans to barnstorm through multiple states leading up to next week's Super Tuesday.
I have never seen the Republican Party so unified as it is right now.
With his Palmetto State win, Trump is one step closer to the GOP nomination, but he's facing criticism over racially charged comments at a Black conservatives gathering last week.
We've all seen the mugshot, and you know who embraced it more than anybody else? The Black population.
A Biden campaign spokesman called those comments, quote, insulting and moronic. President Biden is also on the ballot in Michigan tomorrow. His surrogates honed in on abortion rights while campaigning there over the weekend.
Women should have the right to make their own decisions about their health care and not politicians.
But the Israel-Hamas conflict is the other big issue in the Great Lakes state. Some pro-Palestinian activists are pushing Democratic primary voters to vote uncommitted in protest of the president's support of Israel. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
Nikki Haley's campaign says that she raised more than $1 million in the hours following that loss in South Carolina to former President Trump.
But a prominent conservative group founded by the billionaire Koch brothers now says it's no longer going to financially support her campaign. Switching gears, we've got a first alert weather day hot on our tails. Let's turn things over to meteorologist Lisa Green for a check of what we need to know. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yes, some extremes coming our way in the next 24 hours. Even in the next 12 hours, we'll see some extreme high temperatures. And here's a look at some alerts that we've got going on. You see a couple of colors on our map here. This lighter blue, that includes Grand Forks and Fargo. This is a winter storm watch. It takes effect later tonight and lasts until 6 o'clock Tuesday evening. We're talking about snow, wind, that combination leading to the potential for some blizzard conditions as this system moves in. The darker blue over in the James River Valley over by Stutsman County, that's a winter weather advisory for the same event. So we're expecting to have some impacts from this. Ahead of it, we're watching warmer air rush in. That's why our camera is shaking here quite a bit in our view in Fargo right now. And we've got a gust. Goodness, it certainly is windy. We're looking at a gust. We just got an update of 47 miles per hour right now in the Fargo-Moorhead area. So again, very, very windy this morning with that warmer air pushing in. Currently at 38 degrees in Fargo with some clouds overhead. And in Grand Forks, Stillview giving us a break from that jumping camera in the Southern Valley. You can see that in Grand Forks we're looking pretty quiet, just some overcast skies. 35 degrees in Grand Forks, a wind gust to 31. So a windy morning right now. That's warm air rushing in behind a warm front that has continued to develop some snow showers. I'm seeing some new development down into Lakes Country over by Becker County area, that Heideland Lake area, seeing a little bit of light snow on the radar. And then the main part of this system, that snow, is moving off to the northeast. Zooming in just a little bit more, you can see east of Bemidji and then back over toward Roseau County, back over toward War Road, getting some light snow. But a lot of this is clearing out. In its wake, we have a fresh coating of snow on the ground, not just in Minnesota, but parts of northeastern North Dakota too. So might want to give yourself some extra time to get out the door. But that may melt pretty quickly today. Look at our temperatures as we get into the afternoon hours today. It's looking pretty warm at the bus stop. We'll be at 61 degrees in Fargo. If we reach that, even if we reach 59 degrees, we're looking at least tying a record high for today. And then here's our first alert weather day for Tuesday. That wind-snow combination. Not only is it going to be hazardous just in general, but it's been a while since we've seen something like this. So we want to make sure you're ready for 40+ mile-per-hour winds plus falling snow and accumulations that could really hamper travel for the day on Tuesday. And we'll be tracking that for you throughout the event. You can tune in later to Valley News Live for the latest updates on this. And of course, the Valley News Live weather app will be keeping you up to date there as well with updates too. So here we go, back to winter for a little while. You see in our 11-day planner, springtime comes back pretty quickly too.
Forecasts like this sound like Midwest satire when we're describing the changes in weather.
We have our very good example of the extremes that we see over a very short period of time. Less than 24 hours, we're going to be seeing 60s to wind chills in the negative numbers.
Wow. Keeps us on our toes for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lisa.
Well, if you're looking to fly on out of here, you're going to be paying more for some checked baggage. United Airlines, the latest carrier now to raise the fees for one checked bag. The price now, a $5 increase from $35 to $40, and your second checked bag is now $45.
And that fee goes up to $50 for those who wait to check their bags at the airport versus online. The move comes just days after American Airlines also announced an increase in their checked baggage fees.
The mascot of Medora, Sheriff Bear, says he's looking for a friend.
And he found one yesterday at West Acres Mall. Sheriff Bear and NDSU's Thundar hit it off right away. So cute. He's traveling the state to pick a friend to join him at the Medora musical, not just this summer, but every summer from now on.
And he'll be announcing his new bestie on social media. We'll be sure to stay tuned. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful Monday. We'll see you next time.
Take care.